Ryan from Xank. We are a open source, decentralized crypto project. What Satoshi envisioned for Bitcoin. When you look at Bitcoin today, or crypto in general, it's all about speculation and not about transactions, which we believe hampers mass adoption in crypto globally. We are trying to change that. So if you look at crypto industry today, what we believe are the 4 pillars that you need to solve in crypto in order to get this mass adoption. The first one will be, the first one is the stability aspect. If you think about it, since crypto is so unstable in price terms, it's virtually unusable as a transaction mechanism. You cannot pay coffee with it because it's fluctuating every time, right? Another problem would be the scalability. What we mean by scalability is that it takes about 1 hour to transact a Bitcoin transaction because it takes 6 confirmations in order to get a transaction to be finished, right? So 1 hour doesn't cut it in terms of transaction ability. And the other one would be the privacy, because let's say you're trying to pay salary to someone in Bitcoin. Since it's public blockchain, everyone knows what that figure is. So how can you do that? So without privacy, I don't think anybody will pay in Bitcoin some salaries or anything in that is sensitive, right? And lastly, what Bitcoin pioneered is decentralization. And we believe today's crypto projects are all running away from decentralization because of the regulation aspect, right? So in order to be revolutionary, like what Satoshi has envisioned for crypto, we believe that all these 4 pillars has to be met in a crypto project. Otherwise, we're not going to get mass adoption. So how do we do that, right? So let's say we have 2 modes of transaction. One is normal method, and the other one is something called stable pay, which is unique to Xank project. When you send 10 Xanks to someone, just like Bitcoin, it fluctuates, right? So that at today's price is $10 each. So when you try to send $100 to Bob, and at the end of the 10th day, he tries to cash that at the local exchange, the price becomes $20, that means he gets $200 back, right? That's normal pay. However, what if you want to guarantee someone that you are going to send $100 to someone, right? $100 in fiat-denominated terms. What Xank has is unique to Xank is it has a decentralized Xank reserve, which is created and maintained by the protocol itself. So no one's touching it. No one's getting involved. It's a protocol. At the protocol level, we can create a Xank reserve that can compensate whatever the transaction difference is, whether that be plus or minus, so that receiving party always receives $100, no matter what happens, no matter what Xank price is. So this is very unique to Xank. As you know, we think market cap is a great mechanism for the valuating a speculation value, right? But for a transaction, it doesn't mean much. So we look at monthly volume for cryptos, and these are the number 1, 2 in the marketplace right now. The first one is Bitcoin, and the second one is Tether. However, if you look at Tether, Tether is really interesting crypto in that it's all centralized, and it's all not just centralized, but it takes a lot of money. Let's say today's Tether's valuation is like $2 billion, right? So $2 billion in Tether's bank account somewhere, has to be sitting there doing nothing just to ensure that we can transact in Tether. That's what Tether is. So we don't like that. So our solution is this. We don't consider ourselves a stable coin, but that's what we are often compared against, right? So Tether, if you look at Tether, Tether and Saga and Digits, all these are called what we call centralized collateral model, where they put some dollar or gold or some valuable tangible asset as a collateral, and then it's all centralized, right? On the right side, it's all decentralized but collateralized, meaning that they're collateralizing whether Ether or some crypto asset, some digital assets. And Carbon is unique in that it's trying to mimic a central bank in crypto world. But what Xank is trying to do is never done before in the crypto space, because it's not collateralizing anything. It's all at the protocol level. It's totally decentralized, same as Bitcoin, which has been never done before in this industry. So if you compare those 4 aspects that I just talked about, Bitcoin really pioneered decentralization but doesn't do any of these. But if you think about it, all these factors, stability, scalability, privacy, all these factors are inherent in the current fiat currency mechanism, isn't it? That's why we use fiat today. But how can we move these people from fiat to crypto in the future? What we believe is we need to do all those 4 things. But if you look at Ripple, they do scalability somewhat, but not others. If you look at Dash, they have instant send and private send, but none of this. We don't think Dash is very decentralized, because if you look at Dash's masternode network, it's you can buy multiple nodes to own the thing, right? So it's not decentralized. It's more decentralized, less decentralized than Bitcoin, for example. Tether is stable, but none of the others. Maker has some decentralized functionalities and on top of stability, but none of the others. Carbon is stable, but none of the others. What Xank is trying to do is create a crypto that can perhaps replace fiat money in the future. And this is how we do it, because we are a masternode network ourselves, and every 30 seconds, when crypto Xank is created, we split the block reward in this manner. 15% goes to reserve, 15% goes to treasury, 35% goes to the stakers, which is called miners in other crypto, right? And 35% goes to voters, which is called masternodes in other crypto. So we think this is very sustainable self-funding mechanism that can take care of all of the stable pay transactions in the world. our go-to-market strategy would be, if you look at countries with devastated fiat currencies, there are about 1 billion people under these countries right now that would need this kind of crypto money. However, they do not have that access today. All these exchanges would need this type of money, but they have no alternative other than Tether, because Tether is the dominant player at this time. All these money transfer companies with this kind of money to get rid of the fiat money transfer fiasco, but they don't have that money. Our business model, end of the day, we're a company, and we need to make money somehow in the future, right? But since we are trying to create a decentralized crypto, it's not really going to be our company, is it? Because it's, end of the day, when we launch it, it will be its own thing. But however, afterwards, what we can do is we can build a universal wallet that is easy to use, meaning that today's crypto wallets are impossible to use for normal people because it's got 30 plus some characters of wallet addresses. You need to remember on top of private key, which is longer to remember. And if you lose one of them, you lose your funds. That's crazy, right? How would you, a normal sane people cannot use this type of crypto in their everyday lives? I don't think so. So what we are proposing is to create some wallet that is very similar to PayPal, that can be shared between spouse and colleagues, that can be, some has recourse capabilities, has intelligent conversion rates for other fiats, other cryptos, and so on. And we are going to charge some fees on it. That's the future goal of business model for us. So we are at this pre-ICO stage, and we have raised some private funds, and we are trying to go into ICO in the near future. And then after that, we are going to develop our mainnet. And we are going to, after that, we are going to develop a normal wallet. And then a phone number wallet is in the works. So this is kind of the roadmap that we have. Our competitive advantage would be, it's the first in the market for self-funded, self-governed stablecoin in the world, which has free-floating crypto, so it has investment value as well as stable value. It has no collateral. It's very easy to use with a phone number-based universal wallet. And our team has CoStep, which is a local stock exchange experience. And we think we have a great brand. This is our team members. I'm the founder. I came to Korea from the United States when I was 25, and I started an internet company with $500 in my pocket. And that company became really successful. And in 12 years, it went to CoStep, a listed company. And then, as a first-time CEO, I mismanaged the company. So company went bankruptcy after 15 years. So I had very hardships. Went through a 20 billion Korean won, which translates to 20 million US dollar, bankruptcy, personal bankruptcy. And I couldn't I couldn't create a bank account for me for 10 years after that. Because Korean law dictates that you cannot create bank accounts. So I couldn't create bank account. That's when I met Bitcoin for the first time. And Bitcoin saved me because I could make money now again, right? That's how I regained my financial freedom. That's why I believe in Bitcoin. However, when I realized that Bitcoin has many, many issues of sustainability, because they're essentially giving away 100% of the Bitcoin block reward to a bunch of miners, which doesn't do much for the crypto industry, right? So that's why I started Xank project. Ellie is my partner in crime for my first company. Billy is sitting right there taking pictures.
Hi.
Right there. Sung is our CFO, and he was the analyst at Morgan Stanley in the United States. He's stationed there at the moment. All of our advisors here are pretty well seasoned as well. Mr. Wang is a Korean Airlines veteran. He was the longest running CIO for Korean Airlines. Mr. Kim is the head of HP and PTC in Korea. Taguchi-san is head of BDS and Gardner operation in Japan. Lawyer Lim is my legal advisor who got me out of my bankruptcy troubles, and that's why he's my advisor today. And because of the Korean laws and regulations, we had to get away from Korean government. So we are domiciled in Estonia for the moment, but that can change with some new capital, I guess. So that's basically it for my presentation.